It's literally twice the price and 3 times the cost of on a 27-year-old system. It's still a hell of a lot more expensive. We'll just never know. Now, I've been an avid Claude user ever since my uni started.
It's not like entertaining.
I mean, you can make so many documents, you can add documents, you get contextualized answers, and the way it answers compared to other models like ChatGPT is just something that I prefer a lot more. Hence, I basically dug deeper on the different models that were available on Claude, but for the most part, I actually just stuck with 2 models. One was Sonnet, which I basically use for everyday tasks and just regular questioning and whatnot, and the other was Opus for the times when I needed extremely detailed stuff or some things that I just needed a lot of thinking for. Well, for these things, I used Opus. Even before all of this, Anthropic had an in-house model called Mythos. Now, this Mythos was only given access to a inner restricted team called the Red Team, which is a group of researchers, and some of their findings apparently included the fact that it was able to detect a small bug on a 27-year-old system and how it could have been exploited if it wasn't found or something like that. The Fable 5 was released in early June, and it was considered to be Anthropic's most flagship product yet. And the way Anthropic described it was basically a flavor of Mythos, but with a bunch of safety rails, and also the fact that it was the most powerful and capable AI model that was released by Anthropic so far. And it's certainly their most expensive AI model, coming in at around $10 per million input tokens and $50 per million output tokens. For context, that's literally twice the price when compared to their previous flagship model, the Opus 4.8, and 3 times the cost of their normal nominal model, which is the Sonnet 4.6. And compared to like Gemini, ChatGPT, and DeepSeek, well, it's still a hell of a lot more expensive. Fable launched on June 9th alongside Claude Mythos 5, but was only allowed to be distributed amongst the participants on the Project Glasswing program of Anthropic. This Project Glasswing program included 200 plus companies, including companies like AWS, Apple, Microsoft, and CrowdStrike. Yes, that CrowdStrike. Fable was a much safer version of Mythos with the safety guardrails and whatnot, but Fable was still taken down on June 12th as part of a US export control directive, which kind of restricted non-US officials to access the model itself. Now, stuff like this has happened before, but it's happened only to services or physical products, not AI models. So, because this was happening for an AI model for the very first time, it garnered massive public attention. But lucky for Anthropic, they did fight the narrative back, and Fable came back on July 1st. So, yay, it's back. Right? Well, Fable 5 is back now, but look closer and you'll realize this isn't the same Fable 5 that we experienced in the first release. Well, at least according to Anthropic, TLDR, they basically watered it down and bogged it down to the point where even the most normal and harmless tasks could sometimes just be classified and you'd be downgraded to the Opus 4.8. Regarding cybersecurity stuff and whatnot, if you try to exploit it or if you try to ask information for it regarding, it would give you a lot of information without the details, so they'd kind of be useless to you. But that doesn't mean that Fable 5 was entirely bad. If in fact many people are raving it for its emotional intelligence, just the sheer amount of tasks that it can do in a short span of time. But many people have also kind of said that now after the second release of Fable and the new release of Sonnet 5, it seems as if Sonnet 5 isn't up to what its predecessor was. And maybe it might be because of the fact that Anthropic wants to push you to a pro or max plan so that you can use Fable. Or maybe it might have also faced the wrath of the US Controls Directive. We'll just never know.